She was about to say something about when her foot caught on one of the cables running across the room. I was thinking, should I change the negative now? I don't know, because I want some scenes maybe, but I don't know. We'll just stick to positive. Maybe choose negative. I don't know. Because I wonder, like, what happens if I choose negative? Like, she's gonna just start murdering everyone? That would be kind of sick. But anyway, she suddenly tripped. I guess not. Instead, we'll act out another, I assume, cheesy romance scene instead. I move quickly. She staggered forward, but I grab her to keep her from falling. Her hair flew up and tickled my nose. It smelled good. Her body was very soft, yes. Extremely soft, in fact. In fact, she was made of pudding, and, you know, as I grabbed her, she fell into pieces and I accidentally murdered her. Oh no. It felt kind of squeezable. What was I touching? Ah, yes, boobies. Okay. Was any part of this person's body this soft? No, at least nothing on a man's body was. I mean, there is, but anyway. Which meant, what was this softness?
Miyashiro, お前とんでもない勇者だな。こんな大勢の前で堂々と女帝のおっぱいをもみもみするなんて。
Boobs? おっぱい?
いや、これは事故だ。事故なんだ。
Okay, so that was it? Just like touch boob? Okay. If that ever actually happened, she would kill me for sure. Just thinking about it made my blood run cold. She almost tripped but managed to keep her balanced. Okay. She smiled a bit and took a deep breath. All the students around her, boys and girls alike, began to move. They surrounded her as if they were welcoming a long-lost family member.
ちょっと誰？こんなところにケーブル置きっぱなしにしたの。危ないな。のの、ごめんね。
No, no.
女帝。
It's a funny nickname to me.
ええ、気にしないで。
She answered them with a smile. I felt like our eyes met. I looked away without thinking. Kurusu no. Kurusu? The first student council president of Hekiho Academy. Kurusu, not Kurisu, I guess.
それ以外のこっち側のなんてのお客さんスペースってか。
Kurusu smiled a little as she spoke. Her name is gonna keep reminding me of another character from the same universe with red hair.
そうそう、ホールだ。そのさ、間を仕切る暗幕の数の調整ってワックンしてくれた？
調整？涌井先生が増田君にそう言ったの？
え、聞いてない？
ええ。ということは絶対やってないでしょうね。わかった。私から言っておく。
大丈夫？なんか女帝、先生たちから目つけられてんじゃん。てか、怖がられてんじゃん。
生徒会長なんて生徒側から学校側に無理難題を押し付けるためにいるものでしょ。大丈夫。なけなしの権力を振りかざすから。あと増田君、女帝はやめて。
ほう、サンキュー、女帝。
あなたね。
Most of the boys in the class called Kurusu Empress as a joke. She'd gotten the name after becoming a hero to her fellow students through gallant deeds like putting an end to the principal's endless homeroom speeches. Yes. Not to mention bringing more types of bread to the school store. Wow, what a hero.
のの、着ぐるみありがとね。ぴったりだった。田中、それ私が試着した時、最後までファスナー上がらなかったんだけど。あと、地雷？呼び込み禁止にするからね。ああ、ごめん、嘘。 ピチピチだから。これは割とマジで。いや、てかどうせ胸で引っかかったんでしょ。
You know, Tanaka, isn't that, I guess that's Tanaka. She's not like a main character, but her voice is very familiar for some reason. I don't know why.
冗談。期待してるから笑い取ってよ。
She sure was popular. She even knew the names of students in the other classes. On top of the school caste system. That was the first phrase that came to mind. And then...
タクル、話があるの。ちょっと来てくれる？
Kurusu walked all the way over to me and Ito. Her expression was so kind, it seemed like she had to be putting on some kind of act. I could see that all the people who had been surrounding her were staring at me.
女帝カメラっ子に何の用だ？友達なのか？
知らないの？ナノは。
はあ、マジで
I ignored my classmates' whispers and focused on Kurusu. Her smile seemed faked, as if it had been plastered onto her face. Whenever she smiled like that, it meant she wasn't in a good mood.
今はごめん。事件に関して気づいたことがあって、それをまとめている最中なんだ。
Okay, so I assume Takuro knows her because otherwise he would be stammering, over his words. Normally.
生徒会文化祭の準備が佳境だろ。だからクルスが落ち着いたらで。
Her tweaks? No, her cheeks twitched a little. Crap. Kurusu didn't like it when I called her by her last name.
ちょっと来てくれる？物質。
I also noticed that these waifus have really, very thin necks for some. I don't know. I guess it's just the way the artistic style is. Just they have very, small necks. Their heads could just pop off anytime. I don't know. Anyway, I could sense a dark aura forming around her, hardly befitting a so-called empress. I don't know. Maybe she's the dark empress, the evil empress. She's so close to me. Oh no.
行こうか。物質なあ宮代。
Ito couldn't handle the terror. It didn't look like I could talk my way out of this one. Seeing no other choice, I nodded and stood up. Oh, time to die, I guess. He's gonna murder us. Gah.
クルス、ちょっと。
グラウンドに出す屋台のコンロの数でしょ。やっぱり一つの屋台につき一つで統一する。
Interesting that we have a behind, view sprite. That's not usually a thing in visual novels. It's very rare to see someone from behind as an actual sprite.
いや、それは。
Because often you're just talking to them, in their face. You look at their faces,
悪いけど例外は
usually.
なし。校長に掛け合ったけどダメだったから。人数が多くて不満があるところは私が後で直接説明に行く。
了解。いや、じゃなくて、なんで持ち場離れて。クルスだから、忙しかったら落ち着いたらでいいって。
Okay, Takeru's nervous again. I guess I assume this guy's new. I guess he doesn't know him.
もう終わったから。ごめんね、川原くん。急ぎなの。
Her tone was gentle but brooked no argument as she hurried to the clubroom. Delusion? Nani? A delusion about this guy?
またお前か。今度は何したんだ？
Alright, time to have a delusion. And again, you can always choose not to have a delusion, I guess, but I feel like that's boring, Now maybe later on there's a choice where you can make where you don't have a delusion that somehow unlocks an ending, maybe? I don't know. Well, since we're alternating, we had a positive last time, let's do a negative. Which kind of makes sense because I assume, we, the main character, does not know who this person is, I guess, or at least not very familiar with him. So it's kind of like it fits, we just have negative delusions about people we don't know. Tell her how to cut her off. I didn't know his first name. He was in the same class as Ito and I, and he was the vice president of the student council.
いやいい。言わなくても分かってる。また例のくだらない記者ごっこだろ。それとも探偵気取りか？
I knew why he was giving me a hard time. He didn't like the fact that Kurusu was spending time with me.
別にその何？川原君に迷惑はかけてないと思いますけど。かかってるんだよ。クルスの時間が割かれると同じ生徒会の俺たち全員にな。
Liga on.
うるさいな。
Uh-oh.
なんだって？今うるさいって言ったのか？
He must have heard that because he came storming up to me. He tried to grab me by the collar, but I knocked his hand away. Instead, I grabbed his head and put it under my arm.
おい、離せ！
I grabbed his belt and lifted him off the ground. Amazing.
お、ブレーンバスターか。そのまま垂直落下で落とせ宮代。
Amazing.
やめなさい。危ないでしょ。
I raised Kawahara up above my head and then stood there, unmoving for a moment. Just when I was deciding whether to drop him, I put him down.
おい、下ろせ。
He flailed his legs out toward the ceiling and tried to escape. The man didn't know when to give up. I could do a lot worse than just drop you, you know. I shifted Kawahara around my arms and quickly moved into position for a pile driver. Okay, actually, again, that was supposed to be like a horror scene, but actually it's just funny to me. Well, then I dropped to the ground butt first and slammed his head into the floor. Pro wrestling. I heard an awful crunching sound. His skull must have fractured. But just before I dropped him, I let go a little, so it didn't hit him as hard as it could have. If I had it, he would be dead right now.
タクル、やりすぎよ。
Kurisu's face was expressionless.
警察に通報するわ。
Oops.
僕が悪いんじゃない。僕を苛立たせた川原君が悪いんだ。
そんな理由で人生を棒に振ったの。あなたがそんなに愚かだったなんて知らなかった。
I watched in a daze as Kurisu called the police. Kawahara had passed out, little bubbles of foam forming around his mouth. The teachers had heard the noise and started to gather around me. I guess I'm going to have to drop out of school. Oh. It's not... okay. Yeah, that's what will happen. Okay. It's funny how, like, well, I mean, that could happen in an anime and the other person would be completely fine, actually. But I could beat the stuffing out of Kawahara right now if I wanted to, but that would just get me in trouble. Yes, you think that. I didn't want to ruin my life over something like that. So I decided to just not say anything to him.
お前、小中と不登校だったんだって？
I could feel my legs tense up. I stopped. My face got hot, and without thinking, I glared accusingly at Kurisu. She quickly shook her head.
川原くん、急いでいるから。
But he kept staring at me with his green hair. I felt like he was grinning a little. It pissed me off. But there's nothing I could say. I did the best I could to ignore him and turn away. I ignored what sounded like a little laugh and hurried to the clubroom.
Okay.
The second the three of us were alone in the clubroom, her expression changed. The smile plastered on the student council president's face disappeared. Do not open. Remember to clean up. This was who she really was.
何が？
川原くんが言ってたこと。私が彼に言ったわけじゃないから。
別に気にしてないよ。
嘘。
Really, it didn't. Everything about me was different than it used to be.
まあまあ。で、何副部長。話があんでしょ。
Kurusu sighed and changed the subject.
タクル、あなたちゃんとご飯食べてるの？少し痩せたんじゃない？
Huh? Where was this coming from?
これからどんどん寒くなってくるでしょ？住んでるところの防寒対策とかちゃんとしてるんでしょうね。
Ugh, crap. She was in nag mode.
進路調査、結局就職で提出したんですって？進学で提出しなさいって言ったのに、勉強できないわけじゃないんだから。確かに今からだと厳しいけど、受験なら私が面倒見るってこれも前に言ったでしょ？
調べたというより話ってそれ？
どうなの？ちゃんと食べてるの？
食べてるよ。大丈夫だって。
I waved my hand to bring the conversation to a close. I didn't want this to end the way it used to, with a 6-hour lecture about how every aspect of my life was wrong, followed by hard labor as my punishment. Though ironic that, you know, he doesn't like lectures, even though he lectures Ito all the time. Kuruso looked like she still had a lot more to say, but a moment later.
あなた、先週の金曜日、学校サボったでしょ？
Huh? Oh, so that was what all this was about?
サボったよ。別に問題ないだろ。
あるに決まってるでしょ？どこで何してたの？ストレージにアップした画像、あれを撮りに行ってたんじゃないの？
Damn it, I figured that would be it. She was right. The pictures I'd taken from the karaoke box were from last Friday when I skipped school. I started staking out the place early that morning and waited for the manager of the condo building to open the curtains.
苦労したんだ。でもおかげで警察以外まだ誰も見てない現場の画像を撮れた。
こういう事件ばかり追いかけるのはやめなさいって前から言ってるでしょ。
I've also noticed, I guess, I don't know, what are these boob flaps, you know, that she wears over her, like, uniform? It's like part of the uniform, I guess. It's just weird looking. How do you keep it floating? I don't know. Kurusu was the vice president of the newspaper club and had been opposed to Ito's and my journalistic ethos for a long time. We spent most of our time investigating crimes in Shibuya. Stuff like the attacks on the homeless people that have been flooding the city ever since the earthquake, and urban legends about a company involving in the rebuilding who put up tons of security cameras all around the city, and a serial arson case where the culprit had never been caught, and now these strange deaths. For her part, Kurusu said the student paper shouldn't be investigating crimes. She wrote normal, sincere articles and made normal, sincere videos. The video about the Shibuya recovery efforts that had won a prize had been mostly her work.
タクル、今回あなたおかしい。学校をサボってまで事件を追うなんて今までなかったでしょ。
That was true, but the reason why was obvious, right? I was lucky enough to have this huge mystery right in front of me.
今回に関しては学校をサボるのもしょうがないよ。
なぜ？
だって新聞部を立ち上げてから初めて起こった渋谷での大きな事件じゃないか。こんな美味しいネタ。
おいしい？
That face was bad news. It was scary. Ito was right next to me, so I grabbed him and held him tight.
おい、縦にすんなって。え、縦なの？てか副部長、何その顔？
美味しいですって？人が死んでるっていうのに？
違います。すいません。
Stay away from me. I really can't handle this.
押すなって。ちょっと待って、マジで盾なの？
やばい。
That face was seriously bad news. The Empress was scary enough that she could send a demon running in terror. Oh no, said Tanya. I never even met a demon either. That's just how scary she was.
もう一度言ってくれる？よりによってあなたが人が死んで美味しいですって？
Oh shit. I needed to find some way to stop her. What was that? And then I felt the wind rush by my ears.
Huh?
Nani? You wearing panties? I don't know. Can't tell. At the worst possible time, the wind blew through the room. How's that how it worked? Kurusu didn't have time to hold down her skirt. I assume this is censored, right? Can't see anything, so... My eyes were locked with Kurusu's as I heard the sounds from the open window. I hadn't even realized it was open until then. There was a tennis court on top of the special use building. That was probably the tennis team out there. I needed to say something. Was I supposed to tell her I hadn't seen anything?
副部長？白なんですね。
Ah, yeah, Shiro.
イメージ通りというか。
Idiot. Are you trying to get yourself killed? Apparently she was wearing panties. It was hard to tell though. It was cut off, so it looked like she was wearing nothing. So that's even worse. But I guess it's just panties.
下着の色が何色か今関係あんのか
I flinched at the sudden noise. I'm sorry. Sorry, no. And then I realized I was sure that was the sound of Kurusu kicking the wall, or maybe the sound of her murdering Ito, but I was wrong. It was coming from deeper inside the room. Oh. Ah, yes. Gamer Girl. I can't believe Gamer Girl was here. What's she playing? Looks like a MMO? Some sort? Like, you know, there's like a text box here and everything, so I assume it's a MMO. Why is she hitting the wall? She smokes as well. Or, well, actually, I don't know. It looks like a lollipop, actually. But Kurusu sighed and pulled out the headphones that Kazuki always wore.
円数2でイラついたからって壁を殴るのはやめなさい。何度も言ってるでしょ。
SO2? I assume that's the name of the game. What does it stand for? Empire Sweeper Online 2. Yes, the sequel was Japan's largest RPG, Empire Sweeper Online. This one, use the stay with ES2. And then Base Lord. One after medieval Europe. So these things, a book, another book, a movie, I guess. All fictional, I guess. And let's go cast system or a hierarchy, I guess. The popular people at the top and the nerds at the bottom, I guess, something like that. Kazuki Hana, the only first-year student in the newspaper club. But forget her, this was my chance. As Kurusu was rubbing the red marks on Kuzuki's hand, I said,
とにかく僕は事件を追う。発見があったんだ。もしかしたら大きな手がかりになるかもしれない。
Kurusu glared at me for a moment, but
おお、マジか。よし、すぐ準備する。聞かせてくれ。ぜひ聞かせてくれ。
Ito hurried over to the club's computer, desperate for any chance to escape his doom. I stared back at Kurusu for a moment and then
PC 立ち上げてストレージの画像プリントアウトしてくれ。
了解だ。
Ito's voice was louder than it needed to be as he turned on the computer.
もう殴らないこといい？うん。
Okay. Maybe she took pity on poor Ito because she didn't say anything else, but she still crossed her arms and glared at us as she leaned against the wall. She was at least going to hear me out, it looked like. Or maybe this was just her way to making sure I didn't escape. I can't tell.
後で飯をおごれよ。
なんで？やだよ。
盾にしやがって気まずすぎんだろ。こんなもん10-0の巻き込まれ事故じゃねえか。
それは謝るけど、でも今回はまだマシだ。手が出なかったから。
手って副部長？
I nodded. Kurusu was the girl that everyone looked up to, but she was actually very short-tempered. It would take more than 5 fingers, but less than 10 to count the number of times she slapped me hard, okay. When I told him that,
マジか。そんな、なんていうか、ありなの？そんなことする女子高生本当にいんのか？ヒスか S っ子手前じゃん。
hiss or esco? What does that mean? Well, esco is a sadistic personality, I guess. And hiss is hysteric, okay? Psychology term.
ねえ、あなたが
I feel like that's insulting, though, to call her
影の
hysteric.
聞こえないように言えって言われないの？
The almost hiss didn't even bother looking at us as she spoke.
いや、そのセリフを言ったことはあるんだけどね。それもついさっき教室で。
そう。
And then she fell silent. She was scary as hell. It felt like if I moved, she'd killed me.
おごりだ。決定だ。大盛りにデザートだ。異論は認めん。
高校じゃん、今のは。
Actually, it was 100% Ito's fault for not keeping his mouth shut.
なあ、
What?
見たか？見たよな。
見てないよ。
That was a lie. Also, again, it's just, I guess it's her belly? I don't know, it's hard to tell. That's why it's cut off. It's cut off in a way that makes it seem she's not wearing anything at all. Well, I'd seen it, they were white. I glanced at Kurusu out of the corner of my eye. I guess that really was just what you expect. Still, I'd only gotten a glimpse. It was entirely possible I had been mistaken. If I burned the image into my brain now, maybe the next time something like this happened, I'd be able to react more quickly. So I prayed for more good luck from the wind gods, I guess. If it ever did happen again, I swore I would react as a right-sider should. A right-sider wouldn't panic over something as insignificant as seeing a girl's underwear. Because it's an anime trope you see all the time. In a situation like that, it was critical that you stay calm. When she heard Ito turn on the printer, Kazuki trotted over like she usually did. Oh, okay. Positive or negative? I mean, that online game addict had the best computer skills of anyone in the club. Let's see. Well, I can save. I keep pressing the wrong button. Some noise in the house. But anyway, Let's see, what did we do last time? Negative, right? So I guess we'll do positive? It's gonna be like a fan service scene. Alright. Let's see. That online game addict had the best computer skills of anyone in the club. Whenever she was around, it was her job to run searches and organize the information on the PC, but...
和樹、手伝わなくていい。この件については部の活動と認めてないから。
Kazuki gave us a questioning look.
そうなんだ。
Kazuki just said, like she always did, and walked away.
ほら、和樹、まだ手赤いわ。もっとさすってあげるから。
Okay, what was this delusion? Weird hand fetish Yuri scene? Kazuki obediently walked toward Kurusu. Well, you see literal, like, white lilies. That's what Yuri... I think that's what Yuri means, like, lily, so... Kurusu took her hands and rubbed them gently, like a mother would.
痛かったでしょ？どうしてそんな無茶をするの？
Lewd hand-holding, oh no.
どう？まだ痛い？痛いの痛いの飛んでけー。カズキどうしたの？急に抱きついて。
All she says is I guess.
まあ、甘えん坊さんなんだから。あ、もしかして私がしばらく部室に来られなかったから寂しかったの？
Yurification, amazing. And she says, Does she just not talk? Is that her thing?
じゃあわからないわ。ほら、私の目を見て、ちゃんと答えて、ね。寂しかったんでしょ？違う？
You know, her voice actor probably, if it's like the entire game, her voice actor had a pretty easy time, I'd say. But then again, she had to be in the booth saying in many different ways. Maybe that's harder than actually just doing normal lines, I don't know.
照れちゃって可愛いのね。ごめんね、寂しい思いさせて。でも安心して、今日はずっと和樹と一緒にいてあげるから。私もあなたと一緒にいられて嬉しい。手の痛みはもう引いた？まだ？じゃあとっておきのおまじない。
Kazuki watched with a look of ecstasy in her eyes as Kurusu softly kissed her fingers. It felt like I was seeing something I shouldn't, so I looked away.
和樹の指、細くてとっても綺麗。
How romantic.
おい、何ぼんやりしてるんだ？
Okay. Just having some Yuri daydreams.
宮代？
いや、別に。
I chased the stupid idea out of my mind. Kurusu was nice to everyone, even girls like Kazuki who couldn't communicate with others. Of course, in reality, Kurusu and Kazuki had never done anything like that, and they never would. Why not? Kuzuki put her headphones on and went back to the corner of the room. She started slamming keys again. I guess she's the the anime trope where she at least she has like a problem communicating, but she probably has a very feisty personality online or something. I don't know. I never did know how to talk to her. Actually, it felt like it'd been forever since I even spoken to her. If you could call this a conversation, that is. She'd been part of the newspaper club for 6 months, and all I knew about her was that she liked games, knew a lot about computers, and hated talking. In the end, Ito printed out the pictures, and I took them and went in front of the bulletin board before Kurusu changed her mind. It's a map. Also, I see something on the bottom right there. What's that? I think that's Kurusu or someone else. Anyway, if Kurusu was going to listen, it was probably better to start at the beginning. If she didn't seem interested in the cases, but if I, or rather, she didn't seem as interested in the cases, but if I ignored her and made her, she didn't seem interested in the cases. But if I ignored her and it made her even madder, even using Ito as a shield would be enough to save me.
今僕らが追っている事件は2つ。まず1つ目は今月の7日に起きたニコニア生放送公開自殺事件。通称こっちみんな。
Okay, so that's what it's called. You know, the person who ate his own arm and then died on stream.
場所はここ、神南。事件の内容は名前の通り、ニコニア動画で生放送していた男が放送中に突然自殺した。厳密に言うと完全に自殺と決まったわけじゃないんだけど、死んだ時の状況からそう言われてる。名前は大谷優馬、21歳。俺氏、未来が見えてしまう件についてっていう預言者もどきみたいな放送を定期的にやって結構アクセス数を稼いでいたニア生主。その状況だけど、まず放送中に大谷氏はコメントを設ける時間をとって一旦カメラ前から姿を消す。その後ドアがノックされて誰かが来たらしい音をわずかだけどマイクが拾ってる。聞き取れないけど何かを話す声も。
Well, I guess he didn't properly set up his noise gate in that case, you know?
そしてカメラ前に戻って
Such a popular streamer, you could have the good audio,
半
huh?
分なくなってた。細かく切断されて自分が持ってきた皿の上に乗ってたんだ。そしてその指を自分で食べた。まるで痛みを感じていない素振りで。
Nom nom. Kurusu's expression changed a little. She probably hadn't known that. The suicide had been big news, even on TV, so she'd probably seen it there. But the details had been so horrific that the news hadn't broadcast them. But those details could be found anywhere on the internet. It was only a matter of time before someone started putting it all together. The video itself had even started to get around.
そして少し経ってからいきなり苦しみ出して死亡した。見ていた人は事件として発覚するまでいたずらか何かだと思っていたみたい。
出血性ショック死な。警察の発表でもそうなってたし、混沌するまでの時間を考えても間違いない。
Ito added. Ito knew more about this stuff than I did. He was a fan of bizarre murders, and he read 10 times as many killers' diaries and non-fiction crime books as I had.
何らかの理由で精神が錯乱した上での自殺って見解が濃厚らしいけど、警察は自殺の直前に部屋を訪ねてきた誰かを探しているらしい。もしかしたら自殺幇助や自殺教唆の疑いがあるんじゃないかって。
In Japan, if you saw someone trying to kill themselves and didn't intervene, it wasn't a crime unless the police could prove you wanted them to die. But aiding in a suicide or encouraging someone to commit suicide was illegal. That meant that the police were probably looking for whoever met Otani just before his death. Kurusu was silent, but she was looking at the board and seemed to be listening. It seems safe. On to the next case.
2つ目は19日に起きた事件。死体の状況から音漏れ炭っていう通称がついてる。
Leaky noise. We didn't see much of this though. We saw a little bit of like what happened before it.
新
But...
鮮。名前は高柳桃音、20歳。ニコニアの歌ってみたの歌い手で、最近ネットで有名になってきてるアニメソングのコピーバンドのボーカル。
Okay, so yeah, it really is Takayanagi.
5
Takayanagi.
歳のステージで歌うことも決まってた。バンドの派手な衣装を着たまま一人でストリートライブもしていて、晴れの日は毎日決まった場所、決まった時間で演奏していたらしい。その日はいつもの場所にかなり遅刻して現れてライブを始めた。だけど何か様子がおかしかった。声が小さくていつもの感じじゃなかったらしい。そして結局ライブの最中に死亡した。こっちも失血死。ライブを始める前からお腹を刺傷していたんだ。
Stabbed in the stomach. I'm thinking like, well, what probably happened because there was that scene involving her right before she went out the door. I guess she got stabbed in the stomach, but then she didn't realize. Similar to the guy who ate his own fingers, I guess. You know, he didn't realize what was going on until it was too late, I guess. Something like that. I don't know.
やっぱり遺体の状況で。糸、再生してくれ。
Ooh, do we get to see it?
お
Ito tapped a few keys on the computer's keyboard, and a moment later,
マジでマジで
死んでるって、マジで死んでるって。救急車呼べって。
Kurusu looked confused when she heard the sound. Evidently, she wasn't able to make it out.
ああ、そっちじゃなくて渋谷ニュースが音声いじってアップしてくれた方。
Enhanced audio,
あ
yes.
そっちだよな。
Just like how you can zoom in. You know, just enhance. You can just enhance audio. That's how it works, right?
死んでるって、マジで死んでるって。救急車呼べって。
ありがとう。ゆっくりしていってね。ありがとう。ゆっくりしていってね。ありがとう。ゆっくりして。
Yukrish reminds me of a Biku Hatsune song. But actually, when I think about it, but yeah, that's what she was referring to, like pre-recording her own concert, you know, and then playing it on the streets. That's what her plan was. I guess she was like dying while she was doing the concert, but she wasn't actually playing, so no one noticed until it was too late, I guess. Her expression changed. She must have been able to hear it this time.
ありがとう。ゆっくりしていってね。
How you say yukuri shitende?
い
Yukuri?
つも彼女はこの一言からストリートライブを始めていたんだって。
There's an entry for it. A phrase on you start on Nikoniya. Oh, okay. It's kind of a meme, I guess. Addict, I guess.
宮堂ユーザーだからな。なんでも歌ってみたの歌い手の中では彼女のライブが一番だって最近評判だったらしいぞ。
But usually, I guess, apparently you say in the beginning of the video. So I guess she didn't even start yet, and she's already dead. Kurusu seemed to be ignoring me and Ito, and she was staring at the computer screen that was the source of the sound.
今のは
悲鳴は死体を発見したお客さんたちのもの。動画で撮っていた人がいたんだ。で、今のは高柳さん自身の声で。お腹に埋め込まれていた小型のスピーカーから聞こえてきたんだ。
Oh, okay. You put it in her stomach. Kurusu seemed confused, so Ito interjected.
つまりその日のライブは最初から録音されたものだったんだよ。
Pre-recorded.
発見された証拠によると、彼女はコンビニで売ってるカッターで自分で自分の腹を裂いて Bluetooth のスピーカーを埋め込んだらしい。ガムテープで止血とも呼べない適当な応急処置をした後、着ている服と衣装でその傷を隠してライブを始めたんだ。 最初は録音した自分の声に合わせてギターを弾いていたらしいんだけど、途中からは歌声だけになった。それからはうつむきっぱなしだったみたいだから、その時にはすでに死亡してたんじゃないかな。だけどお客さんは様子がおかしいとは思いながらも気づかずにずっと聴き続けて、彼女のポケットに入れていた携帯音楽プレイヤーが傷から流れた血液で壊れたのか、最初からそういう設定だったのか。
Well, if I had to guess, again, she was planning on doing that actually, hiding like a speaker. So, because apparently, I don't know, there's like multiple layers to this, I guess, but for some reason, she thought her voice like had like a special property to it, and so people would be just like mind controlled by her voice. So she had to do it through a speaker in order to, you know, show off her music without any of the magical voice properties, I guess. I don't know, that was weird, but that was her plan. But somehow she ended up cutting her own stomach and putting the speaker inside. I can only imagine it's very similar to the first case, where, you know, the person he thought he was just cutting a bunch of cheese, you know, to eat for a snack, but as it turns out, it was his own arm. So maybe it's kind of like that. You know, she thought she was hiding it in like under her coat, but actually she was just cutting her flesh, you know, or something like that.
とにかくさっきの音声トラックがリピート再生されるまで死んでいるとは気づかなかった。
But yeah, she was playing the song for quite a while until everyone realized that, whoops, actually she's a corpse. Kurisu's face was a mixture of confusion and discomfort. Of course it was. She'd never heard of something like this. I couldn't hold back my excitement.
な、すごいだろ。
Instead of agreeing, Kurisu's brow furrowed. She probably didn't realize it, but she wrapped her arms around herself. What was wrong? Was that a little too creepy?
で、
Maybe.
ここまでは単にこれまでの事件の整理だろ。発見ってのは？
Oh yeah, he was right. I used the computer to print out a series of pictures.
当然だけど両方とも事件の目的はわからない。今のところ唯一の不審人物である大谷氏の部屋を訪ねてきた人間が何者で何を考えて何を話したのかも見当がつかない。でも僕はこの妙な事件はまだ続くと思う。被害者の共通点からの推測でしかないけどね。
は？マジか？
Ito leapt out of his chair in shock. Well, I couldn't blame him.
共通点に関しては散々話し合ったろ。分かったのは渋谷に住んでることと宮堂のユーザーだったこと。あとはまあ2人ともある程度の知名度があって自殺した状況が異常だってことくらいか。でもそんなもんじゃそれ以上のことは何も見えてこなかっただろう。
気づかないか？別の共通点。
I pointed toward the bulletin board as I spoke. Ito looked really annoyed.
偉そうにしよってからに。そもそもこっちの気を引くようにプリントアウトしてるやつはなんだ？
One of the best parts of finding something like this was seeing the angry look on his face. Well, it was only yesterday that I found it myself, though.
じらさなくていいから。何を見つけたの？
Kurisu beckoned for me to go on. No matter what she said, after hearing all this, she probably wanted to know what came next. Oh, it was done printing. Kazuki suddenly stood in front of me. You know, it kind of reminded me of another character, another, like, you know, super harem anime, where she had, like, purple hair and, you know, she sucked on a lollipop as well, and everything. I think it was it Two Love Ru? Was it something else? Some other, like, anime, super ecchi anime that I kind of dropped after a few episodes, but, you know, it just reminds me of a girl similar to her. She... Excuse me. Some water. She offered me the printed images without a word.
ありがとう。
Then she offered me something else. Lollipop. Lollipop?
くれるの？
She nodded.
どうも。
Kazuki seemed to be communicating in her own unique way. She walked over to the bulletin board and tapped the data printouts on the two cases with her fingers.
和樹、どうした？
Tap, tap. She did it again. I saw the part she was pointing at and nodded.
そう。日付だよ。7日、19日。共通点。9月7日と9月19日。渋谷で発生した異常な事件。わかるだろ？
No, but I guess it'll make more sense to the characters within the world, maybe? 7th and 19th. I kept looking at Ito. Usually he would be the one to pick up on this. A second later, he froze. He must have figured it out.
猟奇マニアのお前ならわかるだろ？
I pinned the images I just printed out onto the bulletin board's map.
9月7日、集団ダイブ。
Group dive? Is it like a different kind of murder? It's hard to tell, but it looks very bloody, I guess. I assume group dive means mass suicide?
9月19日、妊娠男。
Pregnant man.
9月29日、貼り付け。
Crucified. So it's gonna be another murder on the 29th as well?
10月10日、ヴァンパイア。
Vampire. Turn green.
10月23日、ノータリン。
There's a lot of strange deaths.
10月
It is one place.
日、うまい手。
Yes, yummy hand.
11月4日、ドキュンパズル。
Dokin puzzle.
ニュージェネレーションの狂気。
New generation madness. Nani? Bluetooth, what's that? Type of wireless communications device. Whatever. The name of a series of brutal serial killings that took place in Shibuya between September 7th and November 4th. In all, 14 people were killed across 7 incidents. The name, New Generation Madness, was created by the media at the time, in reference both to the bizarre nature of the killings and the way the youth of Shibuya seemed to welcome and enjoy them. The dates and names of each murder are as below. November 7th, September 19th, September 29th, October 10th, October 23rd, October 28th, and November 4th. Yep. 6 years ago, in 2009, a series of strange deaths had occurred just before the earthquake that struck Shibuya on November 6. They became famous for the words left by the killer, "Whose eyes are those eyes?" They called the killings the New Generation Madness. The murders took place in Shibuya, but the whole country took an interest in them. At the time, I was in 6th grade, and just like a lot of people, I followed every development on the internet.
日付が6年前の事件とぴったり一致してるんだ。事件も自殺っぽいっていう内容はともかく、猟奇的だという点で同じ。
偶然でしょ。
She seemed to be trying to force the words out of her throat. Kurusu was acting a little strange, suspicious. Her arms clutched her torso even tighter.
副部長？
Maybe it was all because of the creepy pictures she'd seen. Or maybe she's linked to this case somehow. Maybe she's the true suspect. Anyway, Kurusu was clearly shaking. She tried her best to stop it as she spoke. Or maybe not, I don't know.
何でも関連づけて大きくしたがるのはやめなさい。2つ たまたま一致しただけでしょ。
偶然かそうではないかはすぐにわかるよ。ニュージェネ第3の事件が起こったのは9月29日。つまり今日だ。
Another one will die?
もし今日渋谷でまた妙な事件が起こったら、その時は間違いない。偶然が3つ続くなんて放っておける要素じゃないだろう。
Is that a rule? I don't know. I never heard of that, but I guess so. A phone rang. It was mine.
はい、もしもし。
いや、事故？とにかくタクの言う通りのことが起きたかもしれないんだよ。
Okay. I could feel my heart starting to race as she spoke. It was a love hotel area in Dogenzaka, 5 minutes from Shibuya station. A few days ago, there had been some kind of suspicious fire here, and I'd come here to do some reporting. The place was supposedly a love hotel spot, but even at night when business should have been booming, it wasn't particularly exciting. During the day, when all the lights were turned off, if you didn't look at the signs, it wouldn't look very different from your average neighborhood. One of the buildings was a 4-story love hotel with a terrible name, Fairy's Dance. It faced a narrow street and there was no parking lot, so the police car was parked in a meter nearby.
こっち。
Sarika was standing in front of the general store some distance away. She was supposed to be spending the day taking photos of the area around the last 2 crime scenes.
何があった？
わかんない。さっきゲンさんと107の近くですれ違った時に、ここで何かが起きたって教えてくれたの。
We never met this Gen person before. Heard of him,
相変
but
わらずあの人はよくわかんないな。どこから仕入れてるんだ、そんな情報。便利だからいいけど。
Gen was a homeless man I knew who had sold me all the books in my secret stash. Just some random homeless man. He was a drunk who claimed to be of noble blood, but the stories he told me about his past didn't sound very noble at all. The guy was a weirdo, but since he spent all his time wandering around Shibuya, he knew a surprising amount of info about it.
でも、大事なのは間違いないっぽいよ。さっき中に入ってった警察の人が応援呼んでたみたいだし。
I see. I decided to start by taking a video of the outside of the hotel with my smartphone. HD 720? Amazing.
お前、こういう時だけ足早いな。
Well, these days, though, people record at like 4K or something.